Hey guys, Foggy Doo here, and this is not a side-by-side video. No, this is a video that could absolutely save your house. We are dealing with minus 35 to minus 45 temperatures right now, and it can absolutely wreak havoc on your house if the power goes out. Not to mention, we got a warning last night, essentially from the government, saying, hey, our grid is maxed out. Shut down all your major appliances, or unplug your block heaters to your vehicles. Don't be running your stove, don't be running your dishwashers, stuff like that. So, yeah, kind of concerning, but yeah, we got that warning last night. And again, which just goes to show, hey guys, electric vehicles, sure, great. I don't believe that they're great in this climate at all. That's just my own personal opinion. However, in saying that, if you guys think they are, then that's fine too. Here's the problem though, is if we don't have a grid that can sustain essentially everybody just running what they normally run right now, plus the minimal amount of electric vehicles that are actually out on our roads right now, where's this going to go when they require us all to have electric vehicles? This is absolutely silly. So I sure hope there's a plan in place for them to extend that grid in some form or fashion. But who's to say? I'm not in those talks. Probably should be. Anyways, guys, this could absolutely save your house. All right, it's a simple system that I put in, and I put it in strictly because of what took place back in 1998 with the Montreal ice storm. And there were people without power for a couple of weeks, and their houses ended up freezing up, the pipes ended up bursting, they flooded the houses, and then they froze. So essentially a bunch of houses were complete write-offs, and just an absolute disaster for anybody living there at that given time. So my thing is if you can always be ahead of it, be ahead of it. And my wife refers to me as Branch off of Trolls.
I knew it! Yeah, I really only have enough supplies down here to last me 10 years, 11 if I'm willing to store and drink my own sweat. Which I am. You all said I was crazy, huh? Well, who's crazy now? Me. Crazy prepared.
Anyways, guys, I just want to show you guys the system, and hopefully it is something that you guys can maybe do in the future. Yes, I fully understand that there is other systems out there that are actually professional systems that you can get installed. It costs mega money. This is merely just to get me by in a pinch, is all it is, just to ensure we can have the furnace running, maybe plug in the fridge, the freezer, just so we don't lose any food, and maybe a light or two. So this isn't anything extravagant, very simple. You guys can do this at home, and I highly recommend you do. So as you guys can see walking up here, I have my Honda generator going. Now just remember, this was in a warmish garage previous, so if it was left outside, I guarantee it would start in these temperatures, again minus 35. But what I've run is from the Honda generator all the way up to this portion right here, and that's simply just a weatherproof housing and a cord that punches through the wall that goes into my basement. My biggest thing is warmth. You need to stay warm, and this is the way to do it in a pinch if you had to. I guess the one thing cool about minus 35 is you get these really cool ice sculptures off of your dryer exhaust. Not that I'm running it right now, because that's against the rules. Anyway, anyway, let's go have a look at that, guys. All right, guys, so down in the basement, this is kind of what the setup looks like. Yellow wire coming through, and I just went through all the joists all the way here. I wrapped myself up, just some extra, just in future if I ever had to extend it for whatever reason. I go up over this ductwork, and it might be a little hard to see, but down in between the two. From here it drops in through, and it comes to that plug right there. My actual furnace line is, it still comes down to this switch here, okay, and then it goes back up to here. What that does is it allows me to do a full disconnect as per normal operating system. The only thing I would do if I did actually have to run the furnace through the generator is essentially come here, unplug this, plug that into that, and you will have power for your furnace. Your generator will now be running your furnace. The one thing I will say about this, guys, always run an inverter generator. You can buy the cheaper generators out there. They're probably not inverter ones. And the reason why is the inverter generators actually clean up your power exponentially more than what just a regular generator will. What that does is it actually protects your sensitive devices. So if you're charging your cell phones, if you have motherboards, just like you would have in a furnace, it protects those as well. All right, so I've tested out this system. It does work. I'm not going to test it out right now because we are at minus 35 and everything is working properly. The time to test is when you don't quite need it, so keep that in mind. Alright guys, and here's a bonus tip. If you're concerned about maxing out that 15 amp circuit that's on your generator, you know what? Just make up one of these. Essentially, all it is just a really short extension cord that's been completely stripped of its outer insulation, not the inner, but the outer insulation, guys. And that's really all it is. Now, what does this do? Well, this, in combination with just a simple multimeter, you will be able to tell what your amperage is, so what it is drawing, and I'm going to show you that next. All right guys, so we got that nifty little strip extension cord, and we got our amp meter. We got our set on amps, so I'm going to throw down one side of the toaster and see what it draws. And you can see that it draws about 7.6, 7.7 amps. So that's actually quite the draw on a 15 amp system. And just for fun, let's throw down the second one, see what it draws. All right, look at that, guys, 14.7. All right, so that gives you an idea. Just this toaster alone, 14.7 amps. Now, granted, I don't believe that your furnace is going to draw nearly that much. The electrical portion of your furnace is strictly the fan for the most part. It'll be much less than this, but that gives you an idea just how much a toaster draws. So you can tell if you're getting close to blowing your breaker on the generator, and know your limits if you're plugging multiple things in if you're running this system. So with the warning that came out last night about, hey, our grid is full, it only makes sense to be just a little bit prepared. Also, just remember, your generator's outside. You can run a cord now to your vehicle that's outside, plug it in, and you'll be also firing up that block heater. And in an event you did have to go somewhere, you know, your vehicle actually fires up and you can go. So anyways, guys, as always, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's something you guys might consider down the road. This is just an in-case scenario. I'm sure if you were to look at building code, people will be like, hey, that's against building code. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, you know it's not fun? Your house being destroyed because your pipes burst, there's water everywhere, it freezes, and now you're going through insurances for months because it's probably happened to every other house on your block, and that's not fun either. So I would rather take my chance, maybe bending the building code just a little bit, just to have this done, guys. So anyways, keep that in mind. Again, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.